Hello my fireflies and welcome back to the TheCyanFirefly. It's me Lyiat, and today we're going to take a I can talk today, sorry about that. We're going to take a look at, well, I think this is actually pre-alpha footage of a game known as Project Giana. Now, this is pretty interesting. The company history for Black Forest games goes back quite a long time, including the background history of this game. This game actually comes from a really old game from 1987 known as the Great Giana Sisters, which was created by Time Warp. Now, Time Warp's game, the Great Giana Sisters, it kind of took a lot from Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. Was, of course, a very big game back then, and Nintendo kind of used all of its resources to have the Great Giana Sisters pulled off the shelves. So the game obviously didn't sell all that well. Eventually, the company went defunct, and a lot of its members went on to found Spellbound Entertainment. Well, that's a newer company, and some people might know a little bit more about it. They made Gothica 4, and they also made a DS game known as the Giana Sisters, Giana Sisters for the DS, which ironically was for Nintendo. However, the company still didn't make enough money and ended up going defunct. All their projects that they were currently working on ended up going to other companies, and yeah, it was a sad state of affairs. But they got back together again and ended up making Black Forest games. Now, Black Forest Games has a dream to bring back their original title of Giana, and they're doing it with this, Project Giana. Now, it features the same heroine from all the way back then, from the Great Giana Sisters, and we are here today looking at their, I guess I'd call it a tech demo. It's not really even a demo of the game. Anything present here is an entire, it's completely subject to change, so let's hop right in and move right along. Now, what is this game? Well, it's a platformer, kind of like the past two games were, and you just kind of explore the world using this little girl. You can do all sorts of things with her. You can jump, and you can spin. Now, some of you might realize that these are mechanics that come from most of their platformers, including Super Mario Bros. Specifically, this is kind of like the Tanuki suit. So yes, this is kind of familiar. However, we're in a current day and age, and this game is different enough from Super Mario Bros. That this is permissible. You know, you still have the ability to jump on enemies and die. That works too. But yes, you can jump on enemies and crush them. This game also has a checkpoint system. It's got really good graphics. It's got... That enemy is bugging the hell out. Here we go. Let's crush him. Bounce. Let's move right along. Oop. Get all these and completely fail at doing it. Alright. Let's get back up there. Now, as I'm going down here, I'm going to show you the other really big mechanic in this game. You can basically swap dimensions. I'll show you. Going down here, swap. The entire scenery changes, all the enemies change, and your character changes. You become kind of this nightmarish punk girl, while everything around you becomes dark and evil. Now, as you can see, some of these crystals are blacked out. That's because they only exist in the other dimension. So I have to swap dimensions if I want to get those particular gemstones. Now, certain abilities, this punk slide automatically makes you into the punk girl, whereas that spin automatically makes you into the cute girl. It's an interesting dynamic that they have the cute girl existing in the nightmare realm, and they have the punk girl existing in the happy fun time land. You can also destroy boxes, might want to point that out. Kind of another Mario mechanic, but no big deal. It works here, and it works in a different way. This mechanic, this whole spin ball thing, is actually kind of from Sonic the Hedgehog. You could do this with the flame armor. Back in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, I think that's when they introduced that. Might have been Sonic and Knuckles. You can also bounce off walls with it, which is pretty cool. Also kind of feels like the spin dash, but whatever. Now, this ball right here is a temporary shield. If you get hit once, it goes away. Oop. Water instantly kills you. Do not touch it. Kind of like I did right there. That was a demonstration, folks. Now, keep in mind, this, I believe, is pre-alpha, so some of these bugs that you're seeing me encounter are not necessarily true of the final product. There is a menu to actually see what's going on for controls. It's all in Xbox controls. There are no controls for the computer, though you can play with keyboard. I'm not currently doing that because I don't know what the controls are. They might want to think about fixing that. Alright, now swapping dimensions makes this go up and down. Good to know. Let's do that. Moving right along. Smash through these to get all the lovely crystals. There is currently no point in getting crystals. I'm assuming that there will be kind of like a score attack something later on in the future. Or perhaps get X amount of crystals to get a nice unlock, either some art stuff or whatever. Either way, it'd be nice to have an incentive for doing it. There seems to be stuff up there that I'd like to get. I love fully exploring levels in these kinds of games. It's kind of an important deal to me. I don't know why, but I like to do it. Alright, let's move on, because I don't think I can get the stuff up there. Now, there is actually secrets in this game, too. And one of them is right here. See all this broken rock? I can actually smash through that. If I remember how. Come on, I did this earlier. There we go. Just need to be at the right angle. Which allows you to find this gigantic crystal. No idea what it does. Oh, right. The crystals that were up here were due to that secret. You have to actually spin down here and get them. Right. I remember. Like I said, I did play this demo before. The music's actually pretty good, too. Everything about this game is good. Like, I'm legitimately surprised that I never really heard of these titles before. I mean, I had heard of the whole Giana thing, Project Giana, well, not Project Giana, the Great Giana Sisters, way back in the day, and the whole controversy with them supposedly stealing stuff from Nintendo. I have to do a lot of research while I'm doing stuff for the Sunday sit-down, so I end up running into a lot of different video game controversies. Alright, let's go right through here. Kill some more innocent owls. They look so cute, and I'm beating them the heck up. I suppose I could switch over to the Dark World and beat up on demons, but every time I do my roll attack, I automatically switch back to smashing poor owls. Oh boy. Alright, let's get that last crystal. But yeah, switching the dimensions does all sorts of neat things. It fully affects the environment, including that small gate. You can't go through that gate unless you're in the light happy realm and playing the punk rocker. I like how the music transitions every single time I do that, because this is by the original composer, the guy who did all the stuff with the original Great Giana Sisters, and this is by a rock band. I forget what their name is, but they're pretty good. Not sure why I haven't heard of them before. But yeah, it's a really smooth transition, and they did a really good job with it. There are currently 2 levels in the demo. I will show you both of them. But yeah, keep in mind, this is basically just a tech demo. This isn't this might not even make it to the final game. Then again, it might. You never know. Now, the second level is actually supposed to take place, it's supposed to be an example of what lies further in the game. It's not just like an example of the second level. It's actually supposed to be from, say, the mid to late game. There we go. Is there anything over here? Any nice things for me over here? Nope, just death and pain. Got it. Alright. Let's move right along here. Oh yes, the irritating as hell ghosts. Hello, ghost. Run into divine fire. Now, you might notice that this ghost isn't chasing me. Well, I can take care of that. You switch to the Nightmare Realm, and the other form of ghost will chase you. So there are two types of ghosts. One chases you in the Nightmare Realm, and the other ghost chases you in the Happy Funtime Realm. Which is good to know. Very good to know. I like how they vary up the puzzles. You kind of have to switch between quite often. Especially in this level. Might have not been so apparent in the first level, but that's really supposed to be an example of what the first level of the game is going to be like. So naturally, it's not all that difficult. You might be noticing some frame rate drops around now, but that's due to fraps. It's actually not due to the game. I did play this earlier, and it worked completely smoothly. I did this puzzle the wrong way. It's supposed to come down in the and with the cute girl, and go up with the punk girl. That ghost wants my gooey innards. Let's not let him do that. Ah! Again, frame rate drops. Alright, moving right along. That ghost wants my gooey innards. Moving forward. Alright, swap. Grab the... Oop. Swap again. Grab these. There's an unpleasant ghosty right there. Ow. Man, so much switching. Alright, let's go. Ah! And I get eaten by a ghost. It's a good thing that your progress doesn't restart, and the fact that you don't have to keep getting all the crystals you've already snagged, but enemies do respawn, so you will have to deal with them again. Get away from me. Thank you. Oop. Urgh. Get away from me. Ah! I'm not that amazing at platformers. In fact, I think the only platformer I ever actually beat was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I've never actually gone and beaten any of the Mario games, in fact. It's been a long time since I've even looked at a Mario game, to be honest. Alright, let's go right along here. However, if this game does end up coming out, which I really hope it does, I'd love to look into it further. Possibly actually beat it. Ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. That's not entirely true. Ow. It's very easy to get your face gnawed off in this game. Very, very easy. Go away from me, thank you. Let's see, more crystals right here. Let's grab those, moving right along. Oh, fun! Ah! Nope. Well, it's a good thing that I don't have to keep on getting crystals. Ugh. Alright, now we're up here. Nope. Ow. It's a good thing you can keep spinning and still getting stuff. You can do a switch in midair and not have to worry about losing out on the stuff that you wanted to get. The change is so fluid. I actually really love it. That ghost. Oh well, I'm not going to go back and get those crystals. They currently do not do anything, so there really is no point. These ghosts are annoying as hell. Though, if the devs are watching this, do take in mind that they should be in there. They really should be. They're annoying, but it's not the kind of annoying that's going to make me stop playing the game. It adds a certain amount of decent challenge to the game, I should say. Interesting. Okay, so if I'm in the nightmare world, that turns into a fish that wants to eat me. And if I'm in the normal realm, it turns into a nice little turtle. Oop. And I just jump straight into the water. That works. Let's get high into the sky, shall we? Get more crystals. The crystals are kind of like the points in Whose Line. They're not worth anything. It's the game where the points don't matter. Alright. Bragging rights, I suppose. Oop. Ah. Going up. It's a neat little feature. I like it. Being able to rapid fire bounce between two objects to get higher. Certainly not the first game to do it, but I like the way that it does it. With all the fire and the speed of it, I should say. I've never actually seen a game bounce up that quickly, except for maybe Sonic, but that game is kind of all about speed. Momentum, that sort of thing. Looks like there are two paths. Well, I took the upwards path before. Let's take the downwards path this time. Ah! So what is this? Is this just a place to get crystals? Kinda seems like it. Whoa! That water really likes to sneak up on you. Ah! Let's get through here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah! No! Platform games. They will ultimately be the death of me. This is why I've never actually played I Want to Be the Guy, and I will never play I Want to Be the Guy, so do not look forward to seeing that on my channel, because it won't happen. Oh my. All that water. The devs are also rather sadistic. Just thought I'd point that out. Alright, let's get onto this little platform. Oh, no! You know, I could probably just spin jump on top of there. Why do I keep on trying to use the fireball jump? I'll never know. Alright, spin. Get over here. Jump, spin. Spin. Oh! Oh, I got it. I got it. Spin. 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 Oh boy. Well, this is hard. Get away from the water. Jeez. Yeah, I know I'm kinda less talky, more action at the moment, but this game has gotten considerably more intense right at this part, so I'm gonna try to get away. Wow. Well, I guess that's my reward, huh? A pointless reward, but a reward nonetheless. That was pretty cool. Oh, and it just brings me back here. Delicious. So I get a bunch of gems that do nothing, as well as agonizing torment. I really hope these gems are worth something in the full game, otherwise they're gonna upset people. Alright, here we go. Now, an interesting thing. If I swap... Oh. That rule doesn't come into effect here. Okay, never mind. I lied. Oh, that's interesting. I like how they kind of swap places in each world. Alright, moving right along. Let's jump on top of these. Let's switch to the good girl to pick up these yellow ones. We have to switch to the punk girl up at the top here to pick up these ones. And the blue ones, anybody can pick up. Oop. You can also completely miss the platform we're aiming for. That double platform right there looks like a bug. Now, right here, I can actually switch the direction at will, which is good to know. I love how everything just comes together in this game. It's really good. I'd really like to see this game succeed. It did have a Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter is fully funded, so nobody has to worry about that one. However, they're currently going for Steam Greenlight, which is part of the reason why I was making this video. I really do want to see creative games like this succeed. As a result, I'm going to go ahead and link you guys to their Steam... falling all the way down. I'm going to go ahead and link you guys to their Steam Greenlight, so you can, you know, go and vote it up, because if this game gets on Steam, it'll have a far better chance than it would just on its own. I'm pretty sure that extra panel there is supposed to be a bug. I can't imagine that it would be intentionally there. Alright, it's moving right along. Let's get up here. Or I can completely fail again. That works too. I have to spin over there, don't I? There was the giant thing of yellow crystals that indicated that. Anyway, the link should be below in the description. So go check out its Greenlight and vote it up, because I'd really kind of like to see a creative, unique game like this to succeed. Yes, it is technically a sequel, but we haven't seen a proper sequel to this game in a very, very long time. And they've done a really good job with it, especially this whole swap dimensions thing. It feels really nice, it feels really fluid. Ooh, and it works really well. This is diabolical. Your level designer is a jerk. He likes to see players suffer. Which, understandably so. Alright, this is the final level. I'm not entirely sure how long I have until after the map closes out to actually tell you guys anything. So I'm going to do my closeout here. This has been Lyiat taking a look at Project Giana. Like I said, they do have Steam Greenlight. You can go vote them up in. This game currently is in alpha or pre-alpha. I'm not sure which. And it's incredibly fun. You can go download a demo off their website, projectgiana.com, and try it out for yourselves if you so wish. But ultimately, I don't even think you need to, because this game is incredible on its own. Just look at the screenshots, listen to the music. The music is amazing. And this playthrough kind of... Oh, I love the T-Rex head back there. And this playthrough really covered everything, so that's it. Anyway, this has been Lyiat with TheCyanFirefly, off to find another game on Steam Greenlight, because there's some interesting innovation going on there that I really hope to see improved on. I really kind of want to see this behavior encouraged. I'll catch you all next time.
What?